What up, Janet? You know what? I don't even feel like letting the countdown go on because I'm not in a good mood, but I'm here. Janet, what up? How you doing? My camera, what's wrong on my camera? What is going on? Let's scoot this a little bit. We got to get the Buckeye jersey in here a little bit. What's going on, Janet? Member Janet, 32 months, Janet? 32? 32?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Jeff, I've been okay, man. Just getting over wrist surgery. I'm officially back, Jeff, first of all. Thank you very much for asking. Lovey Marie, how are you doing? Lovey Marie. Janet, 32 months. You are greatly appreciated. So much. But I'm not in a good mood. I'm just not. And if you don't know why, it's in the title, okay? And we're going to jump right into it. I hate Andrew Berry. He is on my list. I used to back this man. I don't like Andrew Berry. He can go run in traffic. He can run in traffic. I don't care anymore. Nick Chubb to test free agency because this man does. Don't get me started. Janet with the $1 donation. Thank you so much, Janet. She is trying to make me in a good mood. I love it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Starting the money train. Janet is trying to save Andrew Berry, but nothing can save this man from my venom. Now, I'm nobody, but I don't care. Nick Chubb is going to test free agency because of freaking stupid Andrew Berry. Excuse me, Nick Chubb should be a lifetime Brown. I don't care. Of any situation, you sign that man. The Pebble, 5 months. Genuinely love the stand. Corey sucks that this one had to be because of number 24. Thank you. 5 months. Everybody just coming in, showing love. Greatly appreciate it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
You have a question? Josh Palmer, free agent receiver. Would you take a look at him? I'd take a look at anybody at this point. At this point, Jeff, I'll take a look at anybody because I am so upset right now, Jeff. I'll take a look at anybody right now. I'll take a look at Aunt Marmalade. I don't know who that is right now. I am so upset, Jeff. I'll take a look at Josh Palmer. Sure. Take a look at him because Andrew Berry doesn't care. And I want to say this. I don't want to hear anything about loyalty from players anymore. But the players aren't loyal. How could they do this? Screw that. There's no loyalty in sports. If there's any loyalty to anybody, it should be Nicholas Chubb. If there's any player on the Browns roster that you're loyal to, it should be Nick Chubb. This man came back from a gruesome injury. Now, yes, he wasn't what he was when he came back. But of course not. It was a gruesome knee injury. And then he broke his foot. And what do? What do? See you later, buddy. Go find something else. You mean to tell me you can't work with Nick Chubb, the one guy that every fan of Cleveland loves? Oh, okay. That's what we're doing. That's the precedent that we're taking. And then to top it off, Jeff, the Pebble, Janet, Lovey Marie, and consistency. And then, to top it off, there's a poll that came out that Cleveland was the 30th ranked franchise. The 30th ranked franchise in the NFL because they have a bad culture. A bad culture. Oh, this is going to help. Players are going to want to play for Cleveland now because you just let people go. You just let cornerstones like Nick Chubb go. Listen, and you see the Chubb behind me, so you can call me a little biased. I don't care. This is a travesty. This is devastating. You know what? I don't know right now. I don't want to say anything blasphemy, so I'm going to shut up and read a couple comments. Understand why they're doing it because Nick Chubb wants more money and they're trying to see what market. Then you sign him, Jeff. What are we talking about? You sign him. He is the one player. You sign him. You reconstruct. You work with Nick Chubb. If you can go sign Deshaun Watson for $269 trillion, as everybody else says, then you can sign Nick Chubb. I don't want no excuses for Andrew Berry. I am done. I have defended this man to all defension. I defended him for Deshaun Watson, for goodness sakes. I'm done. I am done. Listen, we all know he's my favorite player on the team, And maybe I'm a little emotional, but I don't care. I don't care. If Nick Chubb goes to another team and then he comes back and he runs with revenge on us, then so be it. That's how I feel right now. I heard they want to give Nick Chubb $3 million. $3 million or 3,000? Nick Chubb 3,000 and 7,000, and that's what they're letting him look for. That has to be $3 million. It says 3,000. That has to be $3 million, right? $3 million and $7 million. That says 3,000. Let me know, Jeff. It says must mean $3 million. What up, Lucky? I'm mad, Lucky. You all know Nick Chubb's my favorite player. You can do whatever you want to any other player almost on the Browns, but not Nick Chubb. This is blasphemy. We're going to talk about more things instead of me crying all stream. You know I'm emotional when it comes to Nick Chubb, Jeff. I'm an emotional person, but there's some things you do in the franchise that you take precedent for other players, letting you know you take care of your players, and I felt Nick Chubb was one of them. That's what I thought. All right, Janet, have a good one. I appreciate you for coming through, dropping in, donating, being a member, all that great stuff. How you doing, Lucky? But let's talk about another franchise cornerstone player for the Cleveland Browns, and his name is Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett said he wants traded. That's not new news. Andrew Berry says, I don't care. I don't care. I'm glad you agree with me, Janet. I don't care. We're not trading you. And he says, I am staying on that stance. I don't care what you want. We have no interest in trading Myles Garrett. Now, will that change as we get closer to training camp? I don't know. I am not psychic, but that's what Andrew Berry is saying right now. We're not trading Myles Garrett. We know he has requested it. We've seen the envelope. We've seen the letter. We got all that good stuff, but consistency with the $10 donation. Greatly appreciated, my guy. Thank you so much.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
But he's just not doing it. And listen, I'm not mad at it. You got to blow me away to trade away Myles Garrett. You got to blow me away to trade a cornerstone like Myles Garrett. You're already letting Nick Chubb go. You would definitely give him the money he wants because that's still not that much. Exactly. What is $3 million or $7 million for Nick Chubb? You act like he's asking for $40 million. What are we doing here? We're talking about the Browns here. We're going to the liquor store. What do you... So I'm not mad at the stance that Andrew Berry is taking on Myles Garrett. If you're going to trade a cornerstone like Myles Garrett, you better make sure that when you go down this path, there is no looking back. Because that is a franchise Hall of Fame defensive player of the year that you are letting go. You better get everything and then some and then some more. But I love it that he's saying, listen, I don't care. I don't care what he wants. We're not trading him. He's under contract. We don't have to do it. And we're not going to do it until we feel like it's necessary to trade Myles Garrett. You work on everything you can to get him to come back to the team. Now, I haven't heard anything from Myles' camp since Andrew Berry has came out and said this recently. So I would be very interested in what Myles' comeback is. The last thing I heard from Myles Garrett, unless there's any new updates, when he was on his Super Bowl media tour. He went to every station he could go to. Every station. He was on a media tour. It was called the Myles Garrett Extravaganza. I don't know if it was called that, but it was something like that. I thought. I don't know. All right. I made that up. And he said he wants out. Unless they believe that Nick Chubb is never going to recover from that injury, I'm still signing him back because I love Nick Chubb. Elaine, what up? You did just text with me. I'm a multi-talented person, Elaine. I can do it all. I can text, I can talk, and I can cry about Nick Chubb, Elaine. I am crying right now. How could you do this to me, Andrew Berry? I'm going to tell you what right now. If Nick Chubb ends up on another team, I will never forgive Andrew Berry, and I will count down the days until he is fired. I will count down the days until he is fired. I might buy a shirt that says Fire Andrew Berry. Thank you, Elaine, for promoting my talents. 3 things at once. So we talked about Nick Chubb. We've talked about Myles Garrett. And I'm going to say this right now. February 26th, 2025, 5:25 p.m. You can write this down on a piece of paper. You can type it in your Android device or your Apple device. If you have another device, put it in that. I don't know what else you can have these days. What is it? Android, iPhone. What else is there that you can have? I don't know. Piece of paper, write it down. The Browns taking a quarterback at number 2 this year. Put it down, write it down. I'm stamping it. They're doing it. Kevin Stefanski he came out and said, this year's quarterbacks class is impressive group overall. That signed and sealed it to me. If they're impressive, he's taking one at number 2 because his job is on the line this year. His job is on the line. He's taking a quarterback at number 2. Shedeur Sanders came out. He feels like he might be a Brown. Supposedly, they like what Shedeur Sanders has to offer. He's an impressive young man. He's going to be sitting there right at number 2. They're taking a quarterback at number 2. If Kevin Stefanski's impressed, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what all the mock drafts think. If Kevin Stefanski has come out and said he is impressed with the quarterback group overall, that means the top dogs too. He's taking one at number 2. You can book it today. Stamp it in your files. It's happening. What about Jim Brown, Lucky? What about Jim Brown? What about him? What about Jim Brown? You would take Jackson Dart at number 2 over Sanders? You would take Jackson Dart number 2 over Sanders. Why? Why would you do that? If Shedeur Sanders' name was Michael Carson, would you still do that? Does it have anything to do with his name? Why would you would put your GM stake on the line and take Jackson Dart all the way at number 2 over Shedeur Sanders? Let me know why. Would you do that? And Lucky, what about Jim Brown? What did I miss about Jim Brown? What did I say about Jim Brown? But I do think Kevin Stefanski is going to take a quarterback at number 2. And I don't think it's going to be Jackson Dart. I think it's going to be Shedeur Sanders. Unless Tennessee shocks the world and takes Shedeur Sanders number 1. He could. They could. I don't think they will. We're good at making bad trades. Kevin Mack. Oh, Kevin Mack. Kevin Mack. Ever remember Kevin Mack? Kevin Mack, number 34. Browns. Legend. Kevin Mack. Jackson Dart, your number 2 quarterback in the draft. I saw struggle Sanders have thrown over the middle of the field, and everything in his arm strength is this. I think you're the only person I've seen with Jackson Dart as your number 2 overall quarterback in the mock drafts. I think you're the only one. I don't think he's going to go number 2 overall. I'm just putting it out there, Jeff. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. How much are we going to offer Myles to stay? You know what, Sandu? I think they would give him a blank check. I think they would give Myles Garrett a blank check to stay, and I would not be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would give him a blank check. Myles Garrett's that darn good. Now, if you do trade Myles Garrett, 2 first-round pick minimal. That's minimal. I don't care what nobody says. He ain't worth it. All right, well, he ain't getting traded. I don't want nothing you else got to offer. You're not lowballing me. Minimal. And then we can talk about something else. But listen, I give my what do you want, Myles? What do you want to stay? What are you looking for is what I would say to Myles Garrett. That's how important Myles Garrett is. It's more than him. It's more than just him raising terror on the field. It's about what he means to the franchise. You have to keep franchise players. They have to be important to you. You can't lose cornerstones to your franchise. We're already about to let Nick Chubb go. We can't lose Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett in the same season. What are we doing? If that's the case, then just forget it. Let's just forget it. Heck, let's draft Drew Allard number 2. Drew Allard number 2. Let's just be stupid. If we're going to do that, let's just be stupid and draft Drew Allard number 2 and say we don't even care about football anymore. If we're going to do that, forget it. But I would give Myles, what does he want? What does he want to stay? The only way to make Myles stay is Matthew Stafford and draft Travis Hunter to pair with Judy and draft Henderson. I don't think we should take any quarterback at 2 unless Cam Ward is there. I think the thing with Shedeur Sanders is I really do believe if Shedeur Sanders' name was Michael Carson or Jim Johnson or anything but Sanders, I think people would think differently about him. I really do. I really do. And I think that's sad too. I really do. I think it has to do with who he is. And I'm not saying it's bad or good, but I think if he wasn't Shedeur Sanders, I don't think the drop off between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders is that much. And I'll tell you this, I love the rivalry between Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, by the way. If you haven't seen any of their videos, I think it's a good rivalry to have because I think they're going to compete throughout their NFL career. They're going to be looking at each other and they're going to want to up one another. They're going to want to win first. Who can get a Super Bowl first? Who can get to the playoffs first? Who can lead the league in touchdown passes first? I think the rivalry they're going to have is going to be good, and it's going to be good, friendly competition. I love it, but I don't think the gap is really that much of a difference. If his name was Corey Boyd, if he was my name, I don't think people would be so down on him. But it comes with the territory, unfortunately. So you think Travis Hunter should play receiver instead of quarterback, Sandu? Interesting. Matthew Stafford. We made a video about Matthew Stafford. It's on the channel if you haven't watched it already. Matthew Stafford. I think he is the perfect solution for the Cleveland Browns. Now, I don't think he's coming to the Cleveland Browns. I don't think he wants to come to Cleveland, unfortunately. But in a perfect world, I think the best solution for Cleveland is Matthew Stafford if he was to be traded. If, that's the big if he was to be traded and if he wanted to come to Cleveland, I think he's the perfect solution. Why? Because he's still good. He's still a good quarterback. Even at the young, tender age of 37 years old, he's a very good quarterback. He's still going to win you some football games. And for, a lot of Browns fans feel like this quarterback class is terrible. I don't feel that way, but a lot of a lot of Browns fans feel like this quarterback class is terrible. Next year's is better. Wait a couple years, get you a quarterback, or draft later and have him sit. Who can do that for you? Matthew Stafford. He's the best young quarterback available. Aaron Rodgers, don't want him. And you get what I'm talking about. When I say young, I mean old. Aaron Rodgers, don't want him. Kirk Cousins, no way. Danny Dimes, Well, he's not old, but you get what I'm saying. Any free agent quarterback, give me Matthew Stafford. Give me Matty Matt. But I just don't think he's going to come to Cleveland. I don't think he wants to come to Cleveland if he was to be traded. But he would be the perfect solution to all of our quarterback problems right now. Travis is a football junkie. He will be a great at whatever he chooses. I think you're right with that. If Travis Hunter is coming here to be a receiver, we do not take him at number 2. I think I've seen something with the Browns liking him too. Why wouldn't you like him? I think he's good at either position that he plays. Greg Newsome in the 4th for Matthew Stafford. The Rams might like that because they need secondary help. I think the Rams are going to want either a number 1 or a number 2. I think a number 1 for Matt Stafford is crazy in my opinion. A 37-year-old quarterback, you want a number 1, a first-round draft pick. What are you on? Can I have some, please? I think that's crazy to want a first-round pick for a 37-year-old quarterback. But you shoot high, right? You shoot high first, and then you lower what you want. Can't be mad at him. You shoot high first, but I think a first-round draft pick is crazy. Second or the third, I'd give him a second or third-round pick for Matt Stafford. Go from there. Greg Newsome. Would they take him? Who knows? Geno Smith wants out of Seattle. Why? Why does he want out of Seattle? He's starting. Where else is he going to go to start? Why would he want out of Seattle? What am I missing there? He got his career back in Seattle. Why does he want out? For what? It's always the money. It's always the money. Always the money. Just get it greedy. It's always the money. I ain't gonna matter. Hey, get your money, man. Get your money. Geno Smith's not that great. That's why I'm saying, why does he want to? You better just keep what you got. I wouldn't want Geno Smith, and that's not me being mean. But listen, everybody's talking about the quarterback class. I would rather take a quarterback at number 2 than get Geno Smith. That's not me being disrespectful, but I would take my chances on Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. I'm just saying. I earned that number 2 pick. I would take one of them. Geno Smith's ceiling has already been hit. That's the best he's going to be. He's not getting any better. That's it. He's not getting any better than what he is. He's not. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but that's his ceiling has been hit. Geno Smith or Kirk Cousins? If I had to pick one, well, Geno, he's younger. Kirk Cousins is old. I don't want an old quarterback if I don't have to take one. Kirk Cousins is old and he's had an Achilles injury. I'm good. What up, Gmail? How you doing? If I had to pick Geno, but I don't want to pick between either of those. Neither. But if I had to pick. Another thing that I saw that I know this is not what Browns fans want to hear, but I'm going to say it anyways because I didn't want to hear about Nick Chubb going to free agency because we have the dumbest general manager right now. Well, besides the Mavericks general manager. Zing, but that's another story for another day. Is Deshaun Watson is determined to make a comeback for the Cleveland Browns. And supposedly, it's going in the right direction for Deshaun Watson. It just came on my phone a couple of minutes ago. So I thought I would share that with you. I know Browns fans don't want to hear that. I don't care to hear that anymore either. I could care less about anything about Deshaun Watson at this point. I'm off that train too. 2025 is the year of Corey being off trains. I am done defending people. I don't care anymore. I am getting more and more on the side of I don't care. I don't want to hear anything about Deshaun Watson either. You had your chance. I defended you. I don't care. I don't care anymore. This is it. I'm healthy now. I'm back from my wrist. I don't care. Good for you. Get your rehab. Whatever. I'm not drafting a young quarterback to make them start right away. I want a veteran first and let them start for a year. I mean, you can do that, but it has to be the right veteran. I'm just not taking a veteran to take one. I don't want hobbled Kirk Cousins. I just don't. I seen him in Atlanta. That was just, it was a waste of a season. He was just throwing, didn't he throw like 9 interceptions in 3 weeks? No, I'm good. Great way to put it. See, that's why he is the big brother. He put his words perfectly. I was just talking a bunch of gibberish. I'm glad his health is going the right direction, but the Watson experiment is over. No thanks. Thank you very much. Consistency. That's how I should have said it. Mine sounded a lot more meaner. Hit the like button if you came in already. It'd be greatly appreciated. As I am venting right now to you, and you guys are just listening to me vent because I am so upset with Andrew Berry. If I seen him in the street right now, he is like Nico Collins from the Mavericks. I may do something to him. All right? I may do something to that dude. You guys didn't believe me on DTR. It's not we didn't believe you, Jeff. We wanted to give him a chance. Don't put that on. It's not I didn't believe you, Jeff. I wanted to give him a chance because I liked DTR, but he was not very good. You're right. He wasn't. I wanted to give him a chance. Since I didn't believe you, I wanted to give him a chance. Like I don't want to give. I didn't want to give Kirk Cousins a chance. Okay. I don't want to give him a chance. I've seen what I needed to see from him last year. I am good on that. Okay. I'm good on that. I've seen enough. I don't want to give him a chance. I'd rather just take my young quarterback and let's play some football. If I had my way. But guess what, Jeff? It doesn't matter what I think because they're going to do what they want to do because they're getting rid of my favorite player, Jeff, and I am still salty. The Washington game was the final straw for me. He doesn't live in today's world. He still thinks he is elite. The Washington game. I can't remember the Washington game. He got hurt in the Cincinnati game. Washington. Now I gotta hold on. Let me go back now. Hold on. Nick Chubb has Took it over my soul, the Washington game. Hold on. The Washington game. Washington. What did he look like in Washington? Oh my God, he was terrible. Why don't I remember this game? He was absolutely horrendous. Why does that game not remember? Oh my gosh. Why do I not remember that game? Holy crap, 125 yards passing? Why do I not remember that game? Holy crap, he was bad. That's why I don't remember it. He was terrible. Wow. How long ago was that when he was with Kevin Stefanski? He was in his early 30s, maybe, upper 20s, right? He's now got gray hair and a bad Achilles. No, it doesn't matter. That's the same thing saying, what's his name? Who was also good under Kevin Stefanski that played for, and he was on Cleveland and he wasn't good. Why can't I think of his name? Crap. He won a playoff game, went to the playoffs with Kevin Stefanski. What is his name? He was good with Stefanski too. But that's when they were young. What is his name? Oh, that's going to burn. What was his name? He played for us. He was a backup. Oh, my gosh. What was his name? Oh, my God. What was his name, Chad? That's going to burn my britches. Man, what is his name? No, that's not it. I'm going to find it. I am going to find it. Case Keenum. Thank you. Case Keenum. Thank you, Gold Ray. Gold Ray, you're the man. Case Keenum. He was good under Kevin Stefanski. Came to Cleveland. He wasn't so good. Went to the Texans. He wasn't so good. So listen, if we get Kirk Cousins, he's going to come in here. He'll be average at best. Throw some picks. Then we'll boo him and we'll want the backup. In my humble opinion. But I could be wrong. Maybe he'll ball out and I'll eat some crow. Maybe. But he's old. Thank you, Gold Ray. He's old with a hurt Achilles. I'll pass on Case Keenum. Not Case Keenum. Kirk Cousins. I'll pass. Thank you, Gold Ray. Thank you. I don't want average, Jeff. I need good. I need good. I don't want average. I want good. You know why, Jeff? Because we don't have Nick Chubb anymore. It all goes back to Nick Chubb, Jeff. We don't have Nick Chubb anymore, Jeff. I need good to great. I'll settle for good. I've hurt, chat. I am in pain. The playoff window has closed, Alan. How you doing, Alan? Gold Ray. AAA. What? Oh, AAA's here. He can't comment. All right, AAA. How you doing, my guy? The playoff window is over. It's closed. You're right. We have to come to grips with that. The playoff window is closed. No Nick Chubb. He's out of here. Myles Garrett could be out of here. When your options at quarterback are Kirk Cousins and Geno Smith, is what we're talking about, what are you doing? Realistically, what are you doing here? Nothing. We're not going to get good with the running game being as bad as it is. You're right, Jeff. We're getting rid of Nick Chubb. Only having one receiver. That's why we need to bring in a veteran guy to build team first. But you're right. Jerry Jeudy and Jerome Ford. Stafford, Peacock. If you didn't watch my video, I think Stafford is the perfect solution, but I just don't think he'd want to come here. We were ranked the 30th best team in the NFL because of culture. The 30th, the organization by the players, culture. And what does that culture do? Peacock, it gets rid of Nick Chubb, but he would fit like a glove. I think he would be perfect. And I said in the video I made, if you haven't watched it, it's on the channel. He will be the best quarterback when he steps in the building since 1999 without throwing a football. He will be the best quarterback Kevin Stefanski has had as soon as he steps in the building without throwing a football, without throwing one. without putting on a helmet at 37 years old. But I just don't think he'll come to Cleveland. I don't think he'll want to come to Cleveland. That's just me. I could be wrong. You guys know if I'm wrong, I'll tell you. I don't care. I don't care. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Good. If I'm right, double good. What else? You think Jimmy's obsessed with Arch Manning? I think he is, and will pass on the QB. You might have a point there. I think he is obsessed with Arch Manning. The only downfall to that, nothing is guaranteed in life. Who knows what Arch Manning? I don't want to say this. You know, injuries happen. His family, maybe they're not as obsessed with Jimmy as he is obsessed with them. You all know his family could be like, nah, we ain't going to Cleveland. So nothing is guaranteed. You have to do what you have to do. But you could have a good point there. But we don't know if Nick Chubb actually going to leave or not. We don't know. It's all speculation right now. But you know how I am, Jeff. If I love hard. So if there's any possibility of Nick leaving, not you, Jeff, but AB, I hate your soul. I hate everything inside of you right now because that's my favorite player. And if he leaves, it's because of you. And I will lead the fire AB train for the rest of the season. I will do it. But if Cam Ward is at 2, I'm running to the podium. What is it about Cam Ward that people love so much over Shedeur Sanders? Let me know. I curiously want to know. What is it? Is it the arm strength? His arm is stronger. Is it the mobility? They say Shedeur Sanders is more accurate. Was it the arm strength, the mobility? Is it the name? What is it? Is it the competitive fire? What is it about Cam that you love way more than Shedeur? Or is it the name? Tim Couch really didn't get a chance. He was on that expansion team. Watch Nick go to the Ravens core and become Nick again. If he goes to the Ravens, Sandu, I quit. I retire. I will become a gaming streamer, and that's it. I will retire from what I do now and become a gaming streamer and stream just games. I promise you I will do it. I will retire. That will be the worst nightmare. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Nick Chubb. I quit. I told my cousin a month ago we were going to get Kirk. He only going to be paid $1 million next year. They're going to try to sell the fan base. Kevin and him were good together. You know what, Gold Ray? I'm not saying you're wrong, man. I don't want him, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'll take Sanders. He does a lot of stuff that Kevin likes. Can gives me Pat vibes. Patty Mahomes? Patty Mahomes vibes? Okay. Cam Ward concerns me, though. We haven't seen him play in the pocket much. He always wants to leave it too early. GTA 6? Oh, I would stream GTA 6. I'll stream anything, man. Anything. I will become a gaming streamer if Nick Chubb goes to the Ravens. I am done. I retire. I quit. And you think I'm playing? I'm dead serious. If he goes to the Ravens, I quit. I am dead serious. Dead serious. I quit. That's the worst night. Are you kidding me right now? Not only did you steal my team, you took my favorite player. I'm done. What else is there for me to do? I quit. You've taken my soul. Chubb leaving, heartbreak. I definitely don't want Kirk. He is washed up. Gold Ray, that's what I think. Like an Achilles. Look what happened to Aaron Rodgers with his Achilles injury. And Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins are in 2 different leagues when it comes to quarterback play. And Aaron Rodgers fell off a cliff. I mean, a cliff. He's not even the same player. And Kirk Cousins? People want to tell me that Kirk Cousins is going to be any different? Now, I know his off the field. I mean, we're not even talking. I'm just talking about on the field. Now, Kirk Cousins off the field is 10 times better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, no problems, none of that. I get that. But on the field, it's not even question who was better. I don't know. Oh, the Steelers, Gold Ray. I quit. That's even worse, to be honest with you. The Steelers, Gold Ray, fire up the PS5. Fire it up. Fire it up. Gold Ray. I'm in pain just thinking about it. You see my jersey behind me? Y'all gonna do that to me, Cleveland? After all I've given you? I want Carter at 2 and Jackson Dart first, second round pick. Nobody talked about Pat, much like Cam. He has similar flaws as well. That's a good point. Chiefs went up to get Patty Mahomes. And if you go back, I will say this to who is here, especially everybody's still here. If you go back to the Patty Mahomes commentary when the Chiefs went up to get him, they all look stupid except Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman said he reminds them of Brett Favre. He's going to be great in the NFL. The rest of them said that what a terrible pick. He has bad feet work. All this nonsense about Pat Mahomes. They look stupid. But you got a good point there, Sandu. You got a good point. I'm not saying it's going to be Pat Mahomes. I don't know. But people didn't like Pat Mahomes when he came out, and now look at it. Aaron Rodgers had 2 bad years before that, so we can't compare. You can't compare what? Him and Kirk Cousins? I don't care if he had 2 bad years. Kirk Cousins is not close to Aaron Rodgers. It's not even close. You're right. You can't compare them. It's not close. They're not in the same book with his 2 bad years. They're not in the same book. If you ask anybody, who would you rather have, Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins? The only people taking Kirk Cousins is his family. That's it. Nobody takes Kirk Cousins over Aaron Rodgers. 2 bad years or not. It's not even close. It's not. Kyle McCord. There's how you doing, Chief? I missed you, man. There he is. Kyle McCord. Everyone says he has a better arm, but Shador is smarter, reads defense better, yada, yada, yada. Justin Fields is the guy I want now, Jeff. Don't get me excited and sad at the same time. You know I love Ohio State. Justin Fields would make me happy and sad at the same time because I would yell at the chat when they want him benched week 3. Boo! We want the backup. But Justin Fields, to me, listen, I would say this, and this is me taking my Ohio State fandom away, which is my helmet's right here, and being completely honest. If you are patient with Justin Fields and you can build an offense and you build it around his talent, he can be very good in the NFL. But people don't do that. They don't do that. They sit him back there, drop him back, throw the football. But no, they don't do that. They don't do that. Look at the offense of the Ravens and look at the offense of the Washington Commanders. They're not asking Lamar Jackson and Jaden Daniels to read 4 or 5 reads. No, they're getting that ball out quick or using their legs to run. Read option. That's what they're doing. That's what you need to do with Justin Fields. His potential is crazy, but people just want to hate on him because he failed in Chicago or he didn't do good in Chicago. He holds the ball too long. He does hold the ball too long sometimes. That's because you need to use his legs as a weapon, use the read option. Look how long it took Lamar Jackson to become a good passer. Justin Fields is already a better passer than Lamar Jackson as soon as he came out of college. You have to design the offense around him, but teams are not willing to do that. If you are willing to do that, his untapped potential is crazy. And that's not me just saying as a Ohio State fan. That's the truth. But you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to do that. And they're not. And I think the Bears gave up on him a little early, but they had Caleb Williams on the draft board and they wanted to get him. I'm not going to say that's a bad thing to do, but it is what it is. What up, Chief, man? I'm just saying. With the Broncos, I think Cam and Shador will both be great under the right team. What did I miss? Imagine Chubb breaking a big, long run for a touchdown next year in the Steelers. AAA, do you not like me, man? I thought we was cool. You was being Skip Bayless earlier in Discord, and now you talking about Nick Chubb in the Steelers uniform. I tell you, I retire. I'm done. What up, Cool Breeze? How you doing? AAA, I refuse to imagine that. 4-2 record with the Steelers before he got benched so he can prove that he can take care of the ball and play winning football. That's facts. He has untapped potential. Thank you, Sandu. Justin wasn't bad with the Bears. He was solid. He wasn't bad at all. You just have to give him a chance. He does hold the ball too long, but what mobile quarterback you know doesn't hold the ball to try and make a play? Lamar Jackson does it. Justin Fields does it. Jaden Daniels does it at times. Jaden Daniels is amazing, though, by the way. As a rookie quarterback, that dude is a beast. Every mobile quarterback in history thinks they can move it with their legs, so they're going to try to extend the play. It's just what happens. But I think the Steelers are not going to let him go. They would be stupid to let him go, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think they will be dumb to let him go. I hope they do, because I hate them. What do you think the Browns are going to look like this season? Chief Examiner, if I'm being totally honest with you, man, I know me and you joke about Kyle McCord because it's all love. And you guys know I'm a jokester, and I think that's why we connect as a chat, as a stream. I don't claim to know more than anybody. This is not how I am. But to be honest with you, Chief, I don't think we're going to look very good this season. Chief, I didn't think we was going to win 3 games. I went into last season thinking we were going to be good, and look how that turned out. But I don't think we're going to be that good. Joke, I don't think he's going to play again in the NFL. Nobody knows what's happening to him. Our defense fell off a cliff. We might not have Myles Garrett next year. And Myles Garrett was the defense last year. When Myles doesn't play well, the defense doesn't play well. Who knows what's going to happen with Denzel Ward? What are we going to do at quarterback? We're still saying, are we going to take a quarterback at 2? We're going to get a veteran. Who knows? Is Petonio going to retire? So what are we doing with the line? I don't think we're going to be very good. When I say very good, expectations as fans is always what? Playoffs minimum. We want to go to the Super Bowl. Fans, we don't go, man, listen, if we can just get 8 games, I'm happy. That's what I'm saying. We're not going to be very good, right? As fans, we want to go to the playoffs. And from what I seen last year, I don't know how that's going to happen, right? Now, they could just completely turn around, and maybe they will be good. I don't know. But ask me again around September when I see the roster, and I can give you a better answer. But as of right now, with the residue left from last season, I don't think we're going to be very good. And we're probably in the same position next year with a top 5 draft pick, seeing what we're going to do with it. And he will throw in Dak, Chubb, and Garrett to Dallas for 3, and throw in Dak. What do you want, Cool Breeze? Management needs to acknowledge a rebuilding few years and start working on it now. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to, and I think the reason why it's tough is because we had a roster that should have at least gotten to the AFC Championship game. At least. And now that roster is about to be depleted. When you talk about Nick Chubb going into free agency, that hits you like a ton of bricks. Nicholas Jamal Chubb going into free agency. We had a roster that could have went to at least the AFC Championship game. If we get another top 5 pick, I mean, Barry should be gone. Barry needs fired today, to be honest with you. From being totally honest. He needs fired today. Like right now. I'm done with Andrew Barry. Today. Why is everyone out on Jalen Monroe? Lamar wasn't a good passer. Jalen Hurts wasn't a good passer either. Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts had the offense tailored around him. If you watch Jalen Hurts, he's not sitting here dissecting the defense. The offense is tailored around him. He makes the throws that need to be thrown. I'm not low on Jalen Monroe. Just nobody's talking about the Browns getting Jalen Monroe with their number 2 pick. Now, if they don't pick a quarterback at number 2, sure, go ahead and draft Jalen Monroe. You can. That's just not going to be your starting quarterback day 1, I don't believe. Just my opinion. If we lose Chubb, I'm gonna go to a game, put on a Chubb jersey, and tackle AB on the sidelines. I swear, if he trades Myles to the Eagles, I will riot. Let's bring back Bernie and beat Denver. I don't think Bernie will make it a series, man. Is Eagles the team that you is where you draw the line, getting traded to the Eagles? I just think they're going to pick a quarterback at number 2. If you just came in late, I said at 5:25 p.m. Eastern that they're going to draft a quarterback number 2. Kevin Stefanski said that he liked this quarterback class overall. So that lets me know that he knows that he needs to get himself a quarterback, and he's going to take one number 2. Could I be wrong? Sure. I'm wrong 75% of the time. But that's not what this is about. I think he's going to go with a quarterback number 2. Why not bring over Kyle Murray, his friends with Myles Garrett? Maybe he'll stay then. I don't know. Kyle Murray has rumors of not, watching that much film, and we've had a quarterback that didn't watch film before. I'm not going to say who that is, but we'll just leave it at that. How true is that? I don't know. It's rumors that he doesn't watch film. I'm not saying it's true. It's rumors. But when there's smoke, there's fire. Yes, why would you trade a Hall of Fame player to a Super Bowl winning team just to get their bet? That's a good point. Now, I will say this, and some people may not agree with this, but you don't have to trade Myles where he wants to go. You don't have to trade Myles where he wants to go. You do what's best for the team. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, listen, I love Myles Garrett. I want him to stay. I think he's probably, since 1999, if you go top 5 Browns players that's ever put on a Browns uniform, I think 85% of Browns fans will say he's number 2. Number 3 at best. At worst. I think everybody will put Joe Thomas number 1, and they'll put Myles Garrett number 2, and some people may flip-flop it. Right? The only player I think they'll put ahead of Myles Garrett maybe is Nick Chubb. But that's it. Right? But you're the one that asked to leave. And you're under contract. Like Sandu said, just because you want to go to the Eagles or the Lions don't mean we won't send you there. We're trying to get what's best for the Browns team. So if that means you go to a lowly team that is terrible for some good picks, so be it. Be careful what you wish for. Now, I'm not wishing nothing on bad for Myles Garrett. I love Myles Garrett. I got a jersey. My jersey collection is getting pretty slim of what I can wear around the streets, dagnabbit. But you ain't got to go where you want to go. We can send you wherever we want. Well, not me. I got no power. The Browns can send you wherever they want. So I would always keep that in mind if I'm Myles Garrett. Can the Browns miss if we draft all QBs this draft? You know what, Chief? I thought about somebody in Discord yelled at me, I think, because I said we should draft all offensive linemen. No, all defensive linemen after I watched the Super Bowl and how they absolutely dominated the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. If you can get to the quarterback without blitzing, you're going to be a problem. So I said, let's just draft all defensive linemen. How can you miss? Can you miss if you draft all quarterbacks? I mean, I think you can. But, hey, don't hurt to try, right? Send to the Patriots for their picks. Jeff, first of all, how you doing, my guy? How are you? Secondly, Jeff, if that happens, I'm retiring. If he goes to the Ravens or the Steelers, I am becoming a gaming streamer. And that's it. That is it. It will be the end. And I know some people will be sad. Some people will be like, who cares? But it is what it is. It's over. If he goes to the Ravens or the Steelers, I'm done. I am done. I have to rework my room and everything. How you doing, Jeff? Trade Myles to TB for Baker and Mike Evans and a couple of picks. This is sarcasm. But you know what, the Pebble? There are some Browns fans who would love that trade. They would forget Myles Garrett ever existed if that's the trade the Browns made. Crib should have been a QB. Cheryl, how you doing? You're late, but it's okay. New Orleans, new coach, need help, them or Atlanta? We only took 2 quarterbacks the whole time. This team has been a franchise at the first round. It was Tim Couch and Baker Mayfield. Very good stat. You can say one was put in a bad position, and you can say the other one, you can say it was his fault and the team's fault, and he may still be here. So, however you want to look at it, See how very objective I was with those two analyses. No hate at all. You could say one, he was put in a bad position. He was actually booed. I mean, cheered when he got injured. Browns fans, why am I not shocked? Poor Tim Couch. And the other one was injured, I think, if he didn't have too much pride, and if I think Kevin Stefanski put his foot down, he would still be here. That's just my humble opinion. So I'm not saying those were bad picks. Would I have picked somebody else? Probably, but I'm not saying they're bad picks. So will they make another pick in the first round? We're going to have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. The draft is about 2 months away. It's going to be the most anticipated first round pick that we have had probably since Baker Mayfield. We're going to see what the Browns are going to do with this pick. No matter what the Browns do with the number 2 overall pick, fans are going to be upset. One, because they're not going to like who they picked, or two, they didn't get the person that they thought they should have picked. Fans are going to be upset regardless. Not all fans are going to be happy. We haven't been in this situation since the Baker pick. So it's going to be interesting, folks. We're 2 months away from the draft, from the number 2 overall pick. What will the Browns do? Will they pick a quarterback? Will they not pick a quarterback? Will they trade down? So much intrigue. It's the only intrigue we have so much this offseason. We're losing players left and right potentially. Nick Chubb going to free agency. Will he leave the Browns? And will I want Andrew Berry fired every day this year? We'll have to wait and see. He said he wants to be on a Super Bowl contending team. Let's send him to the best team in history-wise and have him look at their trophy case. Pitt will give you the third and Tomlin and Russ plus some cash, and we'll take Watson also. Imagine if we took a quarterback any other time in the first round, how many would we miss on? I wish I had a time machine and go back and swap the card of Josh Allen for Baker. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keep your notifications on. Friday, I may be back for the Cavs and Celtics. I don't know. I'm not guaranteeing anything. 50-50 chance. But keep your notifications on. I do appreciate you for being here. For all my members that are still here, thank you so much. I am now back from my wrist surgery. As you can see, mobility is getting almost all the way there. Got a little war scar here, if you can see it, But we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I do appreciate you all. Yeah, I hate Andrew Berry. That's just the update. Until next time, you know the drill. It's all love. Peace.